Welcome to another episode of Dino Loves Podcast. I'm your host, Bultum, and I'm thrilled you're back. It's going to be a great episode. Last week we had Jared Robinson, who is a creator of Jared and Friends, and since we never got to talk about the creations about it, I just did some research a few minutes ago before we started this episode. It was pretty interesting about how fans of Barney just love to create lots of like fan contents. It's either do by um, animating or do some video collages with other crossovers, being in costume, lots of other creations. I just love the fan creations. As for me, I love to do a little bit of everything. It's like I mostly do like video collages and like costume stuff, and it's one of the best experiences of my life. And one of the other things about being in costume is being in costume, which is a great experience. But another thing to do in the opposite of like costumes is puppeteering, and it's great. Like puppeteering, like everyone knows Scooter McNutty and Mizzetta and all the other characters in the series. And what I love is like the puppeteering work on how it works, and like you can create your own characters and all that stuff. And that's who we have today. We have Matt Bingel, who does like a lot of stuff on Instagram, such as like Bingel Live and such as like stuff on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm thrilled we have him today. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I'm glad you can be here.
This is neat. I'm very happy to be here.
How are you doing during this pandemic?
It's been crazy during this pandemic. It's really changed me in so many ways. I can't even think of all of them. It's been insane.
Before we can start talk about Barney, I want to like talk about your puppeteering stuff. So I know that you do this thing on Instagram called Bingel Live.
That's right.
Why don't you talk about it?
Well, we've been doing that. We're coming up on 2 years. It'll be 2 years in May.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We started out as kind of a puppet talk show in a way, but as we kind of started up our second year, sometime last year, it just became a puppet variety show. We talk, we chat, we sing songs here and there, and we just enjoy being with each other. It's really fantastic.
Yeah, and I understand you had like our previous guest, Brandon Smith.
Yes, definitely a favorite. Brandon and I are really good friends. We've been friends about a year and a half. We've been friends through puppetry, but we really bonded through Barney.
Mm-hmm.
We bonded even closer with Barney.
Oh, really?
Though we perform a lot with our puppets, but we do a lot of stuff involving Barney, especially his. Like I gotta be honest, his Barney like reminds me so much of Bob West Barney. It is like so spot on. And it's just amazing. He's really talented. He's one of my favorites to work with.
Yeah, he does a good Barney. He does like a good Kermit the Frog. He does a good Elmo too. And
yeah, he's probably the only person I know who can do a Scooter impression too.
Yeah,
he's the only person I know. I can't. Well, I can a little bit, but definitely not as good as him.
And his character though, Bubba.
Oh, Bubba's a trip. Let me tell you. You never know what to expect from Bubba.
Yeah,
you never know.
Especially with with Mia's character Turner.
Oh, those two. Oh, when those two are together, you know it's gonna be good.
Yep. And you said like you and Brandon got closer to Barney, and
yeah, Mm-hmm.
How were you introduced to Barney as a child?
Um, I honestly don't remember how. I think it was through the VHS tapes. I've been a fan since 2001.
Hmm.
Um, so at a very, very young age, I've been a fan of Barney for a long time, but it was through the VHS tapes. Um, Particularly Barney's Adventure Bus.
Of
One of my
course.
favorites as a kid. One of my favorites. Um, and some of the others too. That's what really got me hooked. I don't think I started watching the TV series until like the start of Gen 3, I think it
Uh,
was. So this was like 2003, I guess it was. I can't
so it
remember
was
off the top of my
beginning.
head.
So it was like the beginning
Beginning,
of like the park years.
yeah, the park years. Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts on like that version of the series?
Um, I liked it. I thought the set was really beautiful. Um, really, really well thought out. The caboose is a very, very interesting add-on to it.
Hmm.
Kind of like how like the school and the treehouse in Gen 2.
Yeah,
Um, I thought that was a really interesting touch. Kind of a different way.
yeah,
Because you had the school in the first two
yeah.
gens, and then just a completely new look. And I thought that was really interesting the way they kind of went about it.
I think like the Caboose idea was from the creator Cheryl H. I think
I
she was
think
like
so.
I think she was a consultant for like to build the new sets.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Barney home video?
Um, as I said, Barney's Adventure Bus has always been a favorite of mine. Um, there's so many good ones.
Hmm.
There's an episode video. I always forget the name of it. It was the one that had tons of fun in the exercise circus. I always forget
Oh,
what
yeah,
it's exactly called, but
yeah. I
that's
know
always
what you're
been a
talking about.
favorite.
Yeah.
I really like the episode videos. I really liked Sing and Dance with Barney too.
Oh,
For a long time, I didn't understand what the big hoopla was till I
until
found out
you knew.
until I knew it was for the 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
But I thought it was very interesting that they did that for the 10th anniversary. That was really cool.
Hmm. Any
Um,
favorite songs?
there's so many classics.
Yeah.
Man, if all the raindrops,
Yeah.
that's a really good one. Mr. Knickerbocker has been a favorite of mine. As well as Just Imagine. That one's really
Hmm.
though.
Yeah.
Though I kind of like the Imagination Island version so much. It's so beautiful. One
Yeah.
of my favorites. Um, there's just so many favorites. So many great Barney songs.
Hmm.
It's really hard to narrow it down to just
I
some. Yeah,
I believe I Love You. Could that be on your list?
yeah, definitely, definitely. Of course. How could you forget I Love You? I mean, that's
Nobody
like
forgets I Love You.
nobody forgets I Love You. That's
Nope.
like that's other than the theme, that's like the Barney song.
Hmm. Did you ever get the chance to meet Barney?
Sadly, no, I did not. I didn't get a chance to. I was really sad when A Day in the Park with Barney closed. I was really sad about that because that's the only chance of meeting Barney these days here in the States anyway.
Yeah. And what are
And
your thoughts on a 25-year run?
I was really impressed that it had been running that long. Like
Yeah. 25 years doing the same
20,
show.
25 years doing the same show. Like that's amazing. And I don't know. It felt odd, honestly, that it ran that long because Barney's been off the air for more than a decade.
Yeah.
But the fact that the attraction still went on for years after the show ended. It just goes to show you how big of a fan base Barney's had over the years.
Yeah. Originally, it was supposed to close after 5 years when it opened, but somehow it just stayed.
Yeah, that definitely sounds about right. I would have thought like a 5-year run would have been fine, but 25 years, that's insane.
Yeah. And
really
they
is.
never updated the show either.
No, they never did. That's what blew my mind. They never updated it, minus once the holidays rolled around.
Yeah, they just had like just extra songs to do.
Just extra holiday songs. But other than that, the show hadn't changed at all in 25 years. It still had Bob West's voice, which I thought was impressive.
Mm-hmm. They didn't update it to either.
They didn't
Tim,
update it for Dean,
Duncan, or
Dean. No, they didn't update that at all. And I thought that was really interesting how they kept that in all these years.
And the music too.
Yeah. No changes in 25 years. Really, and it lasted that long. That's amazing.
And they what else? They definitely they did change like the costumes.
The costumes changed.
Yeah,
I mean, the series changed them too, but
like at the end, the costumes, yikes!
Ugh. Yikes! Ugh.
Thank you, Mattel.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mattel, there's a Barney movie that's like in the works. What are your thoughts on like the plot of the story?
I haven't really heard too much about this movie recently. I don't know. I really don't know how I feel about this movie. Honestly, I really don't. I'm kind of mixed about it. I mean, sure, we haven't had like a feature film in almost 25 years, which is great. I think it's time for Barney to just be there for a new generation, because we don't have a day in the park with Barney anymore.
No,
the TV show's been off for like 11 years now. Yeah, I don't know if a movie's the right way to go with it, though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what Brandon Smith said. Like he said like a movie would not be a good idea. I think like a special maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I too think a special would be really good.
Yeah,
it's like kind of like Sing and Dance with Barney. Just get some of the old cast together again. I think that would be a great way to go.
And with this special, there's a documentary that's coming out soon this year.
That I'm so excited about. I'm really excited about this documentary.
What are you expecting and wanting to see?
I don't know. I don't have any expectations, honestly. I mean, other than the fact that I'm excited about it, I don't know if I really have any expectations. I think what I'd like to see some behind the scenes.
Right. Yeah. That's what I want to see too.
Yeah, we've seen a bunch of Barney bloopers the last couple of years. It's crazy. I don't know if I really have any expectations.
Right. Yeah, let's start there.
Yeah. I don't know if I have any expectations with this. I don't want to like have expectations and then them not deliver,
Right.
Because I probably won't be disappointed, but like, I don't know. I just love to see some behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't know if we need any more bloopers though, because we've seen a lot of those over the last few years.
Yeah, but I think it was just only like the season 6 of the videos and the episodes.
Yeah, just season 6. Yeah, that's true.
Even though it was Bob's last season, it's like it felt like it was like the funniest stuff we ever seen.
Yeah, that's so true.
Like apparently Barney's a purse snatcher.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites.
And that was like the first ones we've seen.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I've seen. And I'm just thinking to myself, oh my God, they actually got away with this on set?
Yeah.
Because you can't get away with that now.
No.
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Never cop around when you need them.
Yeah, you can't get away with that one, especially. Nope.
And with this with this documentary like coming out soon, like there's like a few stuff that's been coming out with Barney products. Like we just had like inflatable costumes, new toys.
Yeah, I really like that new plush that just came out.
The eco one.
I've been seeing. Yeah, the eco one I really like. The other ones I haven't seen.
Have you seen the ones like in the crane machines?
I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen the ones in the crane machines.
Like I know there's a BJ and Baby Bop in there. Barney
really?
looks hideous. Reminds me of a specific costume at an attraction. That was built by Mattel.
Yeah. Go figure.
And with that, there are rumors that are saying like there might be a Barney and Friends reboot that's coming either this year or next year. What are your thoughts on that?
As I was saying, I think it would be nice for a new generation, but my thing is it really necessary to have a reboot? Because lately we've been seeing reboots that we really didn't need. There are a few in particular that we just really didn't need. So it's like, while it would be great if there's a reboot, is it really necessary? Because this show was on 14 seasons. That's a long time for a children's show.
Right.
And you've got.
Sesame is 50.
Yeah, Sesame Street's still on. It's been on like 50 years, but but it's like, is it no reboots?
Nope.
No reboot needed. But it's like, it again. Is it necessary to have one? I don't know. I think it would be nice to have a reboot for the new generation. To have kind of like what we had when we were kids.
Yeah.
But again, my thing is it really necessary to have one?
Right.
That's the only main issue I have. Like, well, it would be nice. Do we really need it?
I think sometimes we do kind of need it because like lately there's been stuff going around the world and we need something positive in our life.
Very true. Yes, that's so true.
And Barney is really about positivity.
Absolutely.
How much did Barney impact on your life?
Barney really impacted me. Really did. I've had social issues throughout the years, and Barney's really taught me mostly about friendship.
Wow. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. It's been hard making friends, especially these days. But as the one song goes, friends are special. They're so important. They make the world go round, and it's true.
It's do.
True, you may not have that many friends, but they're always there for you. And I feel that's what. Now, Barney's also taught me, like, counting and good manners and whatnot over the years. But I really do think that positivity and friendship are what Barney has taught me the most over the years.
Do you think that would work today?
Absolutely. Like you said, the world's really crazy right now. And as you said, I really do think that we need more positivity in the world these days.
Yep. in your own words, what makes Barney so special?
Just how he cares for everybody, not just a specific amount, not just the kids you see on the show, but
Right.
like seeing like Barney visiting like children's hospitals, and
Yes.
doing tours and
Make-a-wishes.
make-a-wishes. Absolutely. It really leaves a positive influence.
Mm-hmm. Like I know Carrie Stinson, who went to a hospital with Barney,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to see a burn victim, and and the little boy just went up to Barney, like saying, like, Barney, take care of my sister. In believing, and what makes, and it was really great because they know they Barney has that power.
Oh wow. I've actually never heard that is amazing.
And this other story, like when he went to a hospital, there was a little girl just was excited to see Barney. The nurses were crying, and Carrie didn't know why they were crying. So after he was done, someone told him that that girl hasn't talked in 2 years.
Oh wow.
It's just an amazing story.
Absolutely.
It's incredible how Barney impacted many children around the world.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and we lost so many like cast and crew from the series, such as a big one, Phil Cicero, Stella the
Yes,
storyteller.
I was so sad when I found out she passed.
How much did she impact on you?
Well, I didn't really watch too much of her episodes till later on,
Mm-hmm.
but I just loved how she told the stories. Like it was just amazing learning about stuff all over the world.
Right.
Because she was a traveler, and it's always fun hearing stories from around the world.
Yeah. Like I've seen some stuff like she goes to different countries and tells like their stories from there.
Yeah, yeah, I really like that too.
Yeah. And as you know, after Bob left, there was like a different new voice. Dean went.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Dean's voice after Bob's?
I thought Dean's was all right. I particularly liked his early voice better than the
Mm,
new one. Just I know it kind of had that Bob feel, but I don't know, something about the later one felt kind of off with me. I don't know. It just didn't feel like it was Barney.
mm,
It just felt like it was not the vibrant, full of energy type, you
right.
know. But I
And
liked it. I
yeah,
liked it.
Riff, that
Oh boy.
character.
Oh boy. Uh,
what do you, what are your thoughts on Riff?
I'm kind of mixed on Riff. I don't know why they added him so late. That was my first big issue because BJ
Right.
was introduced in '93.
And that was like 13 years later.
13 years later, they added another dinosaur.
Yeah.
I thought that was really odd. I do like his his taste in music is really good. I will say that because I think music can go a long way, especially with emotions and feelings and stuff like that.
Right.
But I don't know. I maybe I don't know how I feel about Riff again. 13 years for a new dinosaur. So it just felt 13 years. Just felt weird. Because you're so used to the main three: Barney, Baby Bot, and BJ. You're just so used to them. Just out of nowhere, they just had someone new. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So many years later.
It was like it was their 10th season.
Yeah, it was
Barney and Friends.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was like what year? It would have been 18 years since the show was created.
Yeah.
At that time, it was like not the series, like the franchise.
The franchise, yeah.
Like after 18 years, it's just like, hey, we're gonna introduce another character.
What? After all this time,
and he came out of nowhere, though.
Yeah, exactly. Just came out of nowhere. Like it just felt weird after so many years.
And speaking of weird, there was one specific episode in the Riff era. Everyone knows about this one. Pistachios.
Yes. Yes. That episode.
Oh, what's your thoughts on that?
Oh god, that was a strange episode. I will definitely say that. I don't know why they went with pistachios.
I mean, like his favorite foods is peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Exactly. Like you could have stuck with that. You could have stuck with that. PBJ's been his favorite for so many years, but you decided to go with pistachios?
Yeah.
That what? And I mean, I will say too much food isn't really that good. I will give them that, but pistachios though, again, felt off. I don't know what the big idea with pistachios was. I still don't.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Maybe they wanted. No, that wouldn't work.
No.
Probably. I mean, it's like it's weird. It's like Barney's the one who teaches the kids, but this time it was like the opposite.
Yeah, that felt kind of weird too. Like I didn't. That too felt so weird.
Yeah.
You know, it's like because you said Barney's supposed to be the teacher, but he's the one that's being taught. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
That was hit entertainment at the time.
Yeah, this was their later years, so you knew something was up.
And speak of the later years, what were your thoughts like when they split the episodes in half?
I wasn't really a big fan of them splitting up the episodes, honestly. I really haven't been a big fan of that. You know, I think one topic, one episode, I think that was great.
Yeah.
You know,
on a 30-minute like episode length.
Yeah, exactly. I've never really been a big fan of them splitting it up because you know it can get confusing. You know, not even Blue's Clues does the splitting up. Even they don't, especially with their revival, which is
they just they were always just it was always full length 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Yeah. I haven't been a fan of them splitting up the episodes. I felt that was very strange.
Did Blue's Clues ever did that? Doing the splits? Okay.
Well, I shouldn't say that. Season 6, they had the Blues Room,
right?
Like the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, the episode.
But not necessarily 2 episodes in one. They've never done that.
Yeah. And if Mattel is like watching this and they're producing the reboot, what is one thing that you want to see if they're doing the reboot?
Um, I don't want to say the obvious. I don't want to say like what everybody else is saying,
Mm-hmm.
like with the voices and whatnot, because I think
Yeah.
that's pretty obvious. Um, maybe a new Barney, maybe a new voice for Barney. Um, I think I think I don't know in terms of like the set. I don't know what ideas I have. Maybe bring back a treehouse in a sense, because I love the treehouse. I thought that was
Maybe.
a really cool idea. Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Definitely a school.
I do remember originally for season 14 or season 15, they were originally going to have like a Barney land.
A
It,
Barney land.
which is like I don't know how would that work. I know it's been
Yeah, I don't know either.
it's been drawn, but it's
but
never been out.
it never happened because the
Yeah,
show ended after season 14.
yeah, I was originally going to have a new set,
Yeah, that
but they
I don't I don't
hiatus.
I don't think I think a Barney Land could have worked in like some theme parks, maybe like an
Maybe
attraction, but as like the set,
series, no,
no. Mm-mm.
like they did try with some other productions. It didn't work.
No.
Like what's a good example? World Tour.
Mm. Mm.
It's like that kind of way that they wanted to do Barney's Land. It
Nah.
wouldn't work.
Nope.
And speaking of World Tour, what's your thoughts on that show?
Um, it's been a while since I've seen the World Tour. I thought it was all right. Not my favorite tour. But it was all right for what it was.
The biggest change was the voices, definitely.
Yes. That was a really big change. Definitely.
And there was another production also called Birthday Bash.
Yeah. That was interesting to find out about.
Especially Barney's costume.
Yes. Oh God. Oh, the
first
Barney.
one.
Oh, the first one. Oh boy. Oh. No, it didn't sit right with a lot of people, and it certainly didn't sit right with me. I'll definitely say that.
All I know is like someone named Disney Dan. He has a YouTube channel, and he says,
yes, I love his work.
Yeah, he said like that costume is almost like with like saying like if Disney now brought back the 1950s Mickey costume.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Yeah, because and I can see why he said that, because I believe, if I remember correctly, they based that costume off the cartoon version, not the TV show version.
Also, like with the books too, it's like
yeah, that's right.
The books are never close to the costumes at all.
No. Nope.
Wonder why though.
Yeah. Now you mention it, I don't know why either. I guess maybe they kind of wanted to differentiate the show from the books, I guess. I don't know.
Probably, maybe.
I don't know.
We'll never know.
I don't know. Nope.
If Barney was physically here right now, what would the one advice he would give to a child right now?
Oh man, that's a really good question. Just be yourself. Just There's no one else like you.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
And what would the one song he would sing right now?
I Love You. I
Of
mean, that's like
course.
the Barney song.
Yeah. And there was different variations of that. There's like the Backyard Gang version.
Yep.
It
Backyard
was different.
Gang.
Then went into the series.
Yep.
Sometimes they were extended ones.
That's right. That's right.
I mean, if there was a movie, I would love to see extended, like I
Yeah.
Love You song.
Yes, that would have worked nicely for the movie.
Kind of like the Great Adventure soundtrack.
Yes, love the soundtrack.
Yeah. And where can people reach you?
You can. I'm pretty much everywhere on the socials. You can find me and my puppet pals over on TikTok at Bingel 2000. You can find us on YouTube. We have 2 channels. Our main one is Bingel Productions. The puppet one is the Bingel Puppet Troupe. We are currently working on new content that
we'll promote it as much as possible.
Yes, I know I will. You can also find me on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter as active as my others. At mmbingle1. Again, I don't use Twitter that much as my other ones, and you can find me on Instagram where we do our live streams at Dabinbingle, DABBINBINGEL. May need to change the name soon. Honestly, I've had that since high school, and it just
wow.
Yeah, because I created my page long before the puppets. I've had that for like 4 years. Yeah, might be time for rebrand, but that's where you can find me and my puppet pals, and we've got a 3rd character on the way soon, so definitely be on the lookout. Yeah. Got a lot of stuff coming.
I can't thank you, Matt, for coming to today's episode.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun.
You're welcome to come back anytime.
I'd love to come back. I would definitely be up to do this again. Absolutely.
Well, thank you everyone for coming to today's episode. And don't forget to like, subscribe on our YouTube channel. We're on Spotify. We're on Google Podcasts. We're on Apple Music now. And we have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and lots of other social medias. And we're going to be doing some more stuff soon. And we're going to get Patreon soon, and it's going to be great. Yeah. And remember, if you need something special, then all you need to do is make a wish, and Barney will be there. We'll see you next time.